As you probably know already, there are no rules when it comes to minimalism, so you can eat whatever the heck you want and still call yourself a minimalist as much as you want. This is just how I see it, and I find it so interesting and inspiring to applying minimalism to one of my biggest hobbies of all time, food. If you also like food, give this video a thumbs up, and if you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe. First of all, it's not about eating less, although it might sound like it. You know that I would never promote any kind of diet where you have to restrict yourself or deprive yourself of pleasure of any kind. Food is meant to be eaten. Do we really need eggs to make pancake? What's the purpose of chia seeds in this recipe, and why are there more chemicals in the snack than in my high school lab? I've always loved coming up with new recipes, just creating new dishes in my head, and what I've definitely realized in doing so is that you can declutter so many recipes. I love cooking simple foods with as few ingredients as possible. It makes less of a mess in the kitchen, it's cheaper, and it's easier for beginner cooks. Plus, there's something so satisfying about eating simple foods just made with whole plants. Sometimes the most humble foods are also the most luxurious. Most minimalists are also environmentalists, and as a normal person, the biggest favor you can do for the planet is changing your diet. And when it comes to eco-friendly food, it's all about eating low on the food chain, preferably organic and locally grown. And you know what eating low on the food chain means, right? Yep, it's all about the plants. This one might seem tricky to all of us who are eating on a budget, but with a little cleverness and a change of mindset, it's totally doable. For instance, buying all your staples in bulk makes them cheaper even if they're organic, or maybe going to a good quality, great restaurant more seldom rather than going to cheap junk food places all the time. Getting a small portion of an expensive treat like organic strawberries rather than like a big box of unorganic strawberries. Eating fewer strawberries but enjoying them more. Some cooking takes time and effort and attention. Like homemade ravioli isn't made in half an hour, and that's totally okay. Sauerkraut takes at least a week to ferment, and there's no way to speed it up. That's totally fine as well. What I stay clear of though is like overcomplicating cooking just to make it fancy. Like I said, some of the most humble foods is often also the most luxurious, all in its simplicity. One way to enjoy food more is to make each meal matter, really getting pleasure out of your quick work lunch or your Tuesday morning porridge. Making each meal like a time for relaxation and pleasure. And if we cook simple foods in a simple way, we will clear up enough time to put a little bit more effort into presentation. I truly eat with my eyes, and serving someone you love a beautifully prepared dish just doubles the pleasure of eating it. Okay, so maybe these ideas aren't practical all of the time, but don't worry about that. It's not about perfection. It's about valuing your food and what it does for you and for the planet. Food is like the cheapest and easiest way to just add some glamour and luxury into your everyday life, and who doesn't want a bit more of that? Thumbs up, subscribe, ciao!